Baby, I am so glad the Real Housewives of Potomac is coming to an end. They about to wrap a bow up on this whole situation so we can get on with our lives. But this last episode really left a whole lot to discuss. Want to talk about it? Here you go. Now, so girl, let me tell y'all something. It's 4:10 on Tuesday, and this Thanksgiving weekend don't owe me nothing. This is my inaugural video coming back from being on holiday. What a marvelous holiday. The holiday was so marvelous. Instead of me going back to work yesterday, baby, I had to go party a little more last night, baby. And I'm just showing up to work at 4 o'clock on Tuesday. But you know what? I might not come when you want me, but I'm always on time. Somebody getting off work right now, and they need to hear what the hell going on with these Real Housewives of Potomac. So the episode opens up, and the people talk about Karen Wig Party and everything. I will say this. Karen and these wigs, ooh, excuse me. That's that sweet tea. That's that indigestion. Oh, I'm so unprofessional. I can't help my body. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm going to say with Karen what I say with the Love and Hip Hop girls with this wig line. It's very cliche. It does feel like it came out of nowhere. And it is very low-hanging fruit. It's so Carly Red. Like, it's giving such a Carly Red tea. Then I'm just going to move on because I don't want to do Karen like that because I respect my elders, so I'm going to move on. Ashley and Monique eat. Is it me or is Ashley's only job in life is to be messy and instigate shit? That whole, like, I just don't understand why Ashley has such a vested interest in other people's telling the truth or not. And it's of no consequence to her. You know what I'm saying? Rather, Karen invited Monique and told the group she was not going to invite Monique. I just don't understand why that meant so much to Ashley that she needed to get on the phone and point out the fact that Karen may be lying or may not be lying. It just felt like too much. It just felt like it was too much. Robin and Juan go house shopping. Then we find out that them hoes just browsing because Robin is on a payment plan with the IRS. Quiet as it's kept, as much of Giselle pussy that she eats, she need to ask Giselle to help her pay it. Or Jamal Bryant to get some of the stupid ass new birth people money and let them pay, you know, them fools, or open up their wallet at the drop of a damn hat. Nevertheless, this ain't got nothing to do with the new birth people. I'm sorry, new birth people. Y'all just got caught in the crossfire. Y'all is God's people, and I should have never talked about y'all like that. I'm sorry. But speaking about the new birth people, we didn't talk about who the fuck need a new birth, and it's Giselle. Let me tell you something, Giselle. Your kids don't see it for this relationship. And Giselle did something that I thought was very crafty. She pulled a Jedi mind trick when she said, my girls are just very protective of me. The discomfort and the disdain that those girls are expressing has absolutely nothing to do with protecting you, Giselle, and everything to do with the fact that they don't like their daddy. Not in that capacity. They don't like him in that capacity. It is uncomfortable for them. And I've said this before in a past video because I can relate. My parents got divorced when I was 2 months old. I have no earthly concept of my parents being together romantically. Despite the fact that they are both deceased right now, the mere thought of my mama and my daddy being together is so disgusting to me. It posthumously makes me uncomfortable. Okay? That's a lot of what those girls are experiencing. I know it. I've lived it. I've been them. I could never imagine it. Not to mention, Jamal Bryant does not have the best public relations on his name in these heathenite streets, if that's a word. I don't understand, especially considering the distance between Giselle and Jamal and the unlikelihood of them moving into the same house together anytime soon. His job is in Atlanta, hers is in DC. Why she's so adamant about pressing this relationship on these girls and they're uncomfortable. And while I understand that mama deserves some happiness too, I think a large part of the reason why I partially am not interested in having children is because I have very, very, very strong opinions about the things that people should do when they have children. And some of my standards I personally couldn't even live up to. That's why I know I can't have them. But I do believe that you subordinate your desires for the well-being of your children. This is not for them. They are uncomfortable. They don't like it. And with that being said, Giselle's ass needs to stop. She needs to stop because she's doing more trauma, in my opinion, pushing this on these girls and then trying to dress it up and sell it to them in some manageable way. And Grace is 15 and it's like, no, bitch. No. I don't want to be there. I don't like going. I don't like extended trips. We don't got to stay at his house. He ain't got to come here for no long time. And you just going to continue to force this on them. They going to grow to resent you. They going to grow to resent you. I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. Karen and the rose petals. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know how when y'all go to y'all grandma and y'all granddaddy house, they don't like no bunch of mess. Older people like shit where they left it. Ray was coming up the stairs like, what's all this shit she done spilled down here on this damn carpet? She need to come. Ray was looking at this shit like, why she calling me? She better be coming down these stairs with a damn vacuum cleaner, okay? Not sitting in a tub with her legs open, waiting to be vacuumed, okay? That was some funny stuff. I love it. Shouts out to Karen for at least trying to get the romance going back in her marriage. Now, I'm not going to lie. I threw up in my mouth a little bit when her and Ray was talking sexy to one another. And Karen was talking about toesies needs to turn into hosies. I was like, no. Karen, you the auntie. You my saved, sanctified, fly, rich auntie. I don't, and Lord, didn't they had Ray taking off his clothes and closing the door? I don't want to imagine what type of geriatric things was going on. I don't want to imagine Karen being bent over a walker or being hit from the back in a wheelchair or a scooter. I just don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about Ray saying, hold on, let me go downstairs and get my pill real quick and wait 45 minutes for it to kick in so I could bend you over this nightstand if your knees are whole. I just don't want to think about none of it. I don't, oh, good God Almighty, no. Nevertheless, sex is beautiful and we should all be proud of our bodies and we should all hope that we mature to Karen and Ray's age one day to have throw up vomit sex. Okay? The pumpkin patch. And this is why I said this episode gives us a lot to talk about. The pumpkin patch with Wendy and her mom. So, let me first put it out there by saying, I'm American. And Americans, our society is one of arrogance. We center the entire world around us. That being said, I don't know much about many different cultures. I don't. It hasn't been a requirement for me to exist comfortably in my life. And maybe I should. So I don't know if this way of mother and daughter interacting, if it's a Nigerian thing or if it's just a cultural thing that I don't understand. And I don't want to offend anybody if if it's just part of their culture and I don't understand. But I don't like what Wendy's mom is doing to her. Wendy expressed that she's unhappy in her career. And her mom's reply was basically, you need to stay in this career because people give me kudos. And people talk about how well I did in the Nigerian communities. Is it me, or does that feel slightly hollow and vain? Like, you want me to stay miserable and unhappy so you can continue to get some hollow words from outside people. That just feels a little off to me. It just feels a little off. Towards the end of the conversation, the mom tried to clean it up, you know what I'm saying? But it was an illusion, because the reality of the situation is she's still going to hang this cloud of guilt over Wendy, because in her mind, she is committed to lawyer, doctor, professor. That those are the most prestigious careers, and anything short of that is unacceptable. I just don't think it's fair, and I've said this before. And to Wendy's mom's credit, yes, you pushed your child and your child has accomplished some amazing things. But here's the reality of the situation. And it's not to minimize the feat that Wendy took on obtaining her education. But Wendy and her 4 degrees truly are of no value if she don't want them. They're of no value. It's just like my degree in economics from Florida State University. It is. Look at what I'm doing now. It is absolutely of no value. There's nothing that degree could do for me that would make me happy. It's useless. And considering the fact that Wendy don't even want the profession that some of those degrees afford her, they're of no value. And it sucks because, like she said, I feel like a lot of what I did were trophies for you. That's so unfair. That is so unfair. And I can only imagine what Wendy is going through on the inside, having to deal with an extra set of parameters that don't have to be there on her life. Wendy, I think you need to be a little American. You in America now. You're a Nigerian American, I'm assuming. Do the American thing and do what the hell you want to do with no regards for what your mama gonna think. Because at the end of the day, you got one life to live. Quiet as it's kept. Your mama done already about messed up your husband relationship with his damn family. Y'all better be happy somehow. Be happy somehow. Ashley family come over for dinner. Michael didn't like that shit. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Uncle Lump and Ashley mama, they do have the right to feel however they want to feel about Michael. What I think was wrong about that dinner scene is you not finna bring another grown man in my house where I pay the bills and chastise me. They should have met on neutral ground. They should have met at the Red Lobster, or maybe Michael could have went around their house. The second thing you not finna do is have your mama with her 1973 Shirley Murdoch as we lay wig wearing self sit at my dinner table and chastise me when I'm paying her bills. It's not happening. Michael is a better man than I'll ever be, and Ashley needs to be a bit more aware when it comes to that. Secondly, or thirdly, whatever point I'm on, Ashley needs to keep her mama and Uncle Lump out of her marriage. Now, I recognize that this shit hit the blogs, so they had, they obviously they were going to see it, and she can't help that. But in terms of them being in the inner workings, them having to talk to Michael not in no marriage with them. Michael is not in no relationship with them. Michael is helping support your mama. What is she doing? She better shut up for her ass be standing in the Charlie. Okay, good, because the wig already looked like it's on the Walona Woods Good Time Struggle as is. You would think it would be in the best interest of her living situation that she would just shut the hell up and say whatever she need to say in her mind. Okay? Silent night, bitch. Silent. Silent night, baby. With that reindeer tease wig. I just didn't like it. And Michael didn't like it. You know, I get that Uncle Lump is a father figure to you, but he has no authority over Michael. And to create this dynamic where Michael has to be accountable to Uncle Lump, that would be uncomfortable for me, and I don't know that I would put up with too much more of that, to be quite honest. The wig party. Monique came early, Candiace came late. You know, it was a waste of time. It was a waste of time in my opinion. Like, Atlanta has this real bad, right? Where when you have an event, you know, Carly Red having a wig lunch, and then Rashida, Candy, Toya, Tiny, BB Fouls, Nene Leaks, you know, Sheree Whitfield, everybody come, pop their face in, and pop out. I don't know about y'all, but for me, that's not support. For me, that's an obligatory appearance. For me, support is being there, you know, reveling in the celebration, being present. This whole, I just want to kiss your cheek to show you that I support you. For me, the way my internal emotional clock is set up, that doesn't do anything for me. That being said, honestly and truthfully, it wouldn't have bothered me if Monique would have just stayed home. Because what she did was a waste of time in the name of support. You know I support you. You know I want to be there, but the circumstance surrounding the situation is whatever. Now, I was on social media and I saw the hair doc, Steven, wrote a little paragraph, I guess kind of going in on Robin because Robin made some comments about the location of being in the back of a strip mall. And, you know, to Robin's credit and not to Steven's discredit, because I don't want to discredit him at all, it had less to do with his salon and where it was located and more to do with Karen tends to be grand and over the top. So I think people were expecting the wig launch to be in the ballroom at the Holiday Inn with an open bar and red carpet and paparazzi and the DC city officials. Like, we was expecting something comparable to what she did with the Ladam. Now, I get it. Steven's Karen's friend. Let's do it at your shop. It's great exposure for your shop. It's, you know, great exposure for your craft. Show people, yeah, I get all of that. I totally get the setup. But in all honesty, I must say, for this to have been the launch of a new business venture, that just wasn't the venue. The launch party fell flat. It didn't fall a little bit of flat. It fell a whole lot flat. It just left way much more to be desired. Ashley began stirring up mess again, bringing up Karen drinking. And it's weird because I don't know whose friend Ashley is. Because you try to embarrass Karen, you make it a point to set Karen up to get called out on her lies and her bullshit. And we know Karen will fluff the hell and dance around. Karen will dance around a subject that she don't want to talk about, you know, like somebody at damn Carnival, okay, the Junker News. Karen will dance, and we get that. That's Karen. We know Karen do that. Ashley, you make it a point to try to set her up at the most inopportune times on the most pettiest of stuff. I don't understand why it was prudent for you to bring up that Karen did not drink with us in Portugal, but she came back to the States and had a couple drinks with Monique. I don't understand why y'all trying to make it a point to force her into saying something that y'all already know. Y'all know that Karen didn't want to get drunk in front of y'all. Then Robin comes in with her passive-aggressive ass dig, and Karen cleared her ass right the fuck up. And then, let me take this off. You want to get mad? Nah, bitch, don't get mad, because what you said was unnecessary. Y'all at this lady event, okay, pressing her about drinking. And I like what Karen said. And let me back up here, because I don't want it to be misconstrued, because y'all quick to say, oh, you like that person, so you ain't saying nothing, or you met that person. That fuck y'all. Karen is full of shit. All right? Let me put that out there. Karen can be full of shit at times. The way she dances around shit and and people can see the obvious truth, and she'll tap dance and backpedal in cha-cha step. Karen's full of shit. All right? Let me put that out there. However, I'm with her when she said, I don't appreciate y'all basically bullying me into drinking or trying to hound me. Like, what's the setup? If I don't want to drink for whatever reason, the net consequence to you is zero. So let it be. Now, here's the other thing that I want to point out, and here's the true conversation I want to have about this Monique and Karen stuff. I mean, Monique and Ashley and Candiace situation. This wig party, all of y'all women showed y'all slip. And it showed y'all's true intentions. Y'all showed your hand. Y'all were at the party. Everybody was fine and well, having a grand old time in the strip mall in the bike. Monique did not cross paths with anybody. She was nowhere to be found. Her perfume did not permeate the room. Y'all were fine. You find out that she had been there earlier, and now this sea of negative emotion starts raging up, and now everybody has an attitude. Why? The net consequence of her being there earlier to all of y'all was zero. So what it suggests to me is y'all have honestly ganged up. You guys have colluded, and y'all are on a mission to get this girl fired and ice her out. That's what y'all are doing. That's why y'all are mad that she showed up to a filming or that she showed up to an event. Y'all want her to be iced out completely. And I'm here to tell you that shit is wrong. That shit is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. Y'all have accused me of being super biased in this Candiace Monique situation. I just have to eat it. I don't see things the way some people see it. Again, Monique was dead ass fucking wrong for putting her hands on Karen. I've said that on Candiace. I've said that a million times. The part that I'm not understanding is how is a fight between Monique and Candiace translate to everybody else in the group being so butthurt by it that they need to ice her out and she needs to be fired. That's not the way shit happens in real life, in real friend groups. In all the friend groups that I've been a part of, and if Michael and Steve got into a fight and Steve was wrong, it is normally going like this. Steve, nigga, you know you dead ass wrong for hitting Mike. Now you don't fuck up the friend group because not everything is uncomfortable. Y'all need to fix that shit, and you need to apologize. So we having a birthday dinner for Mary, and when we get there, you and Steve, you need to work that shit out with him. That's how it goes. Not everybody in the friend group get mad as if they the one that got hit. Like, what are y'all, Robin, Wendy, Giselle, why are y'all so emotionally invested in this? And why do y'all have such interest in this girl being fired? You can be disappointed in her, but it shows this. And this is, y'all, especially Monique, especially Robin and Giselle, y'all just have a commitment to not liking Monique. You know what I'm saying? And I could process that better. And if Giselle just said, I just simply don't like the bitch, I could process that much better than y'all fluffing up and creating reasons to have angst. She didn't do nothing to y'all. She did not do anything to y'all. And what I'm not understanding either is, why is it a prerequisite for Candiace's setup for everyone to ice her out and be mean to her? I don't understand why Candiace requires that for her healing. Somebody make it make sense. Like, why is it, in order for you to exist in the world and do everything it is that you need to do and be in the world, that everyone needs to be mad and try to punish her? I don't understand the logic, and I'm sure y'all will find some sort of reason or way to make me wrong, but by all means, explain the logic to me. You know, I'm with you when you're right. Nevertheless, I have a feeling, in looking at the preview for next week, that a lot of what Candiace has been doing in terms of her healing, the sticky notes, being on pills, being on therapy, I think a lot of that is about to be called into question, because it looks as if, and we haven't seen it yet, but it looks as if she's about to partake in the very behavior that got her wig pulled. But yet she's so fragile, and I can't be in physical altercations, and you know, being in a physical altercation, I wasn't raised like that, I'm so bougie, and it's gonna traumatize me. But I'm just confused. I'm confused. I'm gonna hold my words because I'm biased. I'm so biased. I hate Candiace, which I don't. I told y'all in the past, her and Chris are the two people that I communicated with the most in the past. I don't hate her. I actually like her a lot. I just don't see things that way based on my upbringing. But okay, I'm biased. We'll see what happens next week. That's all I got, y'all. Ain't got no more. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll call you later. Bye.